Fantasy Island is a half-assed attempt at trying to make a full-length film out of a gritty Scooby-Doo episode, which is directed by Jeff Wadlow, starring Lucy Hale, Maggie Q, Michael Pena, Portia Doubleday, Charlotte McKinney, Jimmy O. Yang, Ryan Hansen, Michael Rooker, Austin Stowell, and Parissa Fitz Henley. It's described as an adventure comedy horror film on IMDb, which I would be hard-pressed to fit into any of these categories. I was hoping this movie would be a so bad it's good movie, but it falls short of that. There are a lot of things to laugh at in this movie, however, but in a way, it's not completely enjoyable. The only bright side to this awfully convoluted plot is how truly convoluted it actually is. And in hindsight, it makes absolutely no sense. And it leaves more questions to be answered at the end of the film than were answered throughout its entire runtime. How exactly did Michael Rooker fit into all of this? Won't people ask what happened to the plane? How did Sonia get there? Why are there two Sonias, and why is she the only character that this happens to? How did Maggie Q's original fantasy factor into all of this, and how does it work? Won't people question what happened to the people who didn't come back? And the entire plot, or the twist I should say, relies on something that is such a blink and you'll miss it moment that if you blink, you'll miss it. It's just so fucking convoluted for no apparent reason. Now, I'm going to do a first on this channel that I have never done before. I'm going to give a spoiler warning. So jump to insert time here to avoid spoilers for this movie. That you will probably and actually never ever see. So, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lucy Hale's a crazy person, right? I mean, she wanted to kill 4 people just because the guy she went on one date with dies in a fire. And Jimmy O. Yang in the film even acknowledges how fucking stupid this is. To me, it would have just worked so much better and made her into a more of a sympathetic character if she had just been dating him for a long time or was actually married to him. I just don't understand why you had to make her seem like she is psychotic. And on top of that, it doesn't technically doesn't she get 2 fantasies, which would then break the island's rules, because Sonia has nothing to do with Nick's death, yet Lucy Hale still gets to torture her at the beginning of the movie for no apparent reason. How did she get there anyways? Was she part of another trip, another group? If so, wouldn't Michael Rooker's character have noticed her, and wouldn't he have noticed Hale from a separate trip? Unless somehow Lucy Hale's true fantasy from when she got there was for everybody to magically just appear there for some reason, and everything happened to work out that way. How does everyone else die on the island, or is everybody else on the island already dead? Is that how they're there? Is that how the water recreates them? How did Rooker escape and survive? What happened with his daughter? Also, what if Maggie Q had never changed her fantasy? And everyone's fantasies just seem to have wrapped up all at the same time in a very curious and okay way. And the entire film, from a story standpoint, doesn't make any sense. Okay, now we're on spoilers. Let's get back to the actual review. I thought the acting was terrible from everyone. Michael Pena's accent floats in and out and sounds terrible. Lucy Hale is a completely unlikable character, disregarding everything that happens throughout the film. Jimmy O. Yang and Ryan Hansen have no chemistry on screen and don't seem like brothers at all, plus Yang stinks. And Stowell missed on every delivery for every line. The camera is consistently out of focus, and the script is awful. Like I said, I did not find a single redeeming performance in this entire movie, and maybe I can chalk that up to directing, but I think it's the script and the story as well. The movie tries to be funny, but the comedy never lands, not even once. I wanted so badly for this to be a so bad it's good movie. I wanted to sit down and enjoy myself and laugh my ass off at how incompetently this movie was made, looks, is written, and is acted and everything. But it wasn't. It's bad, don't get me wrong. The characters are stupid, the plot is loopy and batshit crazy. But it still seems to shy away from the twist that was so stupid. I found myself oddly enjoying the twist in this movie. I was shocked that they went down that road and that's what they did with it. I wanted to see them finish that out, but they shy away from it 2 minutes later and it's gone. Everything is resolved and it wraps up so fast, it'll make your head spin. 4.9 out of 10.